You've done all the work. You've taken all the steps. You've done all the things. So why does midlife still feel incomplete? Hi, I'm Jenna with Later But Louder, and today we're talking about step 5 of just that, why you feel stuck in midlife. And this is part 5 of, there's 4 other videos. I'll link to them below that we already talked about 4 other reasons. But in today, I want to talk about the 5th reason. And it's kind of a more insidious reason than the others. The others are things that they're all things to look at. I'm not going to rehash all of them here, but they're all different things that you can look at in your life to see what's working, what's not working. This 5th reason is about taking all those other things that aren't working and things that we want to change and things that we need to release from our lives and add to our lives, and actually taking actions, making actionable steps to change our lives. And the reason I use the word insidious is because a lot of times, and you're probably in this situation, a lot of times we absorb all these self-help things. We watch all the trainings, we attend all the trainings, we watch all the experts, we absorb everything that we're told we're supposed to do as women in midlife to try to somehow get out of this slump, out of this midlife crisis. Maybe not even the first midlife crisis, the second or third midlife crisis you feel like you've experienced, but this is like more profound, more heavy. It's got more of a weight to it. And it feels like no matter what you're doing to try to read all the right things and do all the right things to get out of it, it's still not working. And so today I want to challenge you that you you say that you're doing the things to get out of it and nothing's working, but what are you actually doing to get out of it? And I mean that in all sincerity because I was in that place before too, and I remember what it was like to absorb all of the midlife advice, on what it was supposed to do to, get out of this slump, you know, that happens around this time of life. And I felt like other people didn't really understand my walk either because I was dealing with feeling like I had already gone through a midlife crisis or two, to be honest. And so now it was like a rude awakening, a realization that, oh, this one feels heavier. This one feels like there's more to it. I read all the things and took all the advice in, but I wasn't actually taking the action to go take the steps. And part of that was that I was too absorbed in the pain that I was feeling, and that just left me immobile and kind of stuck and unable to take action. So I would ask you today to look at your life and ask if you're in that same place, if you're feeling like you want to say you've taken the action, but when you really look at things, you're not actually putting steps into place. You're kind of wallowing in the stuckness and feeling like you can't progress forward. And if that's the case, I understand where you're at. And I want to encourage you that it does get better. There is a way out. And I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that in the future. The next videos I'm going to do are going to kind of start walking through my own experience so that I can show you just how much I can relate to your experience. And I'm going to talk to you about when I felt the most stuck and when that midlife malaise really just kind of hit. And I felt like I was in a place I didn't know how to get out of. And I'm hoping through sharing that my story will resonate with you and that you'll have a better understanding of the fact that you're not alone. Because I think that a lot of midlife advice is not tailored for women in our situation who feel like we should have already been through all the stuff and not had to face this again, but yet here we are. And I would highly invite you to download my midlife reinvention kit, where I just encourage you on different ways to look at your current life and just kind of what we're talking about today. Identify what's not working and invite you to think about what you would like instead moving forward and not take huge overall steps, but just starting one step at a time to identify what it would be like if it were to look different. And you're always encouraged to talk to me, comment below, let me know if you're stuck on any of these steps in the exercise or otherwise, or anything I say in these videos. If they resonate or don't resonate, give me your thoughts on them, and I'd be glad to further explore, explain anything that I've talked about in this video or the previous ones. Just let me know below. And also, in the description, I've given the link to download the kit. And it's totally free, just my gift to you. And I hope that it causes some reflection. And I hope that you find it helpful. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video.